Daniel Young here, Kingdom Roofing Systems in Indiana, and today we are going to talk about a newer technology in the shingle roofing space. So I have a couple of samples here, and I want to start with what is called oxidized asphalt. So for 40, 50 years, this right here has been the technology in standard shingle roofing. This right here is called oxidized asphalt. The way that it works, and if you can see here, this is hard. This is hard as a rock. It's literally a rock. So the way that this space works is shingle manufacturers will take this oxidized asphalt, they will boil it to an extremely high temperature to the point where it's pliable. They take a mat and they run it down an assembly line, and they drop this oxidized asphalt, which is extremely high in temperature, 700-800 degrees, and they drop it on the mat. From there, they drop the granules on it. The issue with this technology, and don't get me wrong, guys, this has been a technology that has stood the test of time and has been an economic solution to roofing for America since the 60s and 70s. And it's worked very well for this amount of time, but we know 2020 is much more advanced than when we were in 1960 and 1970. So let me give you some of the pros and the cons to this here. So the pros is it's inexpensive, it's readily available, and we have 50 years of time-tested process, material delivery, etc. We know exactly the way it performs. So when this is boiling hot, they drop it over the mat, and then it comes back and it cools to room temperature again. And what does this do? It comes back to a similar state to what we see here. As I'm sitting here talking, there's literally pieces of this falling off because it's almost like slate. You will see different layers. I don't know if you can see where these pieces have broken off, but what happens is it becomes back to this rigid state again. Over time, also, this oxidized asphalt dissipates from the shingle. We've heard numbers all the way from 2 to 3% would be dissipated into the atmosphere. And what happens is year 15, 20, this shingle roof becomes much less pliable. Oftentimes, even the asphalt that's added to the seal strip, it begins to lose its bonding strength. This shingle right here, again, has been around for 50 years. It's an economical solution. This is the standard roof that most contractors, I would say 99% of contractors, are going to offer you, and they're not going to talk about anything else. Most of them don't even know about what we call a rubber polymer modified asphalt. So let's go into the technology that Owens Corning is using in a shingle called the Owens Corning Duration Flex. So if you guys see inside of this tin, I'm going to open up. What you're going to find is what we call rubber polymer modified asphalt. For the sake of not using a mouthful every time I say it, we're just going to say rubberized asphalt or rubber asphalt. And what you will find here is this, much like a rock, pieces falling off like a rock. This, we can stretch like a rubber band, and then you will watch as it retracts. Again, what I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to set this down and we're going to watch this go back to its original state. This is the benefit of this Owens Corning Duration Flex shingle. It has the rubberized characteristics that allows, through the heat of the day and the cool of the night, this shingle to expand and contract. If you think about, we'll talk about Indiana, where we are roofing primarily. In the morning, we'll say in the cool of the fall or the cool of the spring, it could be as low as 28, 30, we'll even call it 40 degrees. And then by mid-afternoon, we're looking at exterior temperatures of around, we'll call it 75 degrees. Most roofs are a darker color, a gray, a brown, or a black. You can expect 20 to 40 degrees warmer to touch. You'll even see guys who get on roofs wear gloves because the heat of the shingle will literally scald their hands. You guys can see this now, it's back to its original form. So that being said, we'll call it 40 degrees in the morning, 75 exterior temperature and then add 30 degrees because of the dark nature of shingles. And now this roof is over 105, 110 degrees. So we are seeing 70-degree swings in very small amounts of time, which causes these shingles to expand and contract. Now, when you guys look at this, which product do you think will sustain the expansion and contraction better? Also, one of the things that I love about the rubber polymer asphalt is that it slows down and helps reduce the dissipation of the asphalt into the atmosphere. And what will happen is this shingle will perform better over time because the shingle is retaining the actual asphalt itself. Now, insurance companies happen to also love this technology, and most carriers in our experience are going to offer anywhere from a 5 to 10% discount on your annual premiums. I'll say in this region, probably the average homeowner's insurance policy is going to be $1,000 to $2,000 a year. My experience is that most homeowners are going to see anywhere from $50 to $200 a year in savings. And for our system to go from our duration shingle, which is the oxidized asphalt shingle, to the flex, which is the rubber polymer asphalt shingle, what we find is that oftentimes when we help a customer and finance their roof, that the savings that they will get from the insurance carrier will offset the majority of the cost of the increase in price of the better system. But there's some other caveats that most people, I believe, would not think of off the top of their head. And that is that Indiana is extremely prone to hail. So this shingle with the rubber, when we introduce the rubber polymer asphalt to the shingle, we actually get the Class 4 impact resistant rating shingle. And that means it's extremely resistant to hail. So this shingle will sustain larger than a 2-inch steel ball bearing falling from 20 feet on the same shingle 6 times without fracturing the mat. This is Class 4. There's 4 classes in impact resistant rating. This is the top tier. And this shingle right here would most likely be considered a 2. Typically, the only thing that is ever disclosed from manufacturers would be Class 3 and Class 4. Your standard shingle does not meet either one of those criteria. So when we look at this, I would say from our customers that we work with, about half of them are coming to us due to an insurance claim. The other half is they know that they're at the end of the useful life of their roof and they're ready to, and they're prepared to pay for a roof. So we'll say out of 50% of our customers, the question would be, if they would have had this Class 4 impact resistant rated shingle, would they be going through an insurance claim? So the downside of these insurance claims is, one, you have to pay a deductible. Oftentimes, the average homeowner is not prepared with money sitting aside to pay what used to be a $500 deductible, we'll call it 10 years ago. And then 5 years ago, it became very common to see a $1,000 deductible. Over the last 2 to 3 years, what we're seeing is a 0.5% or a 1% deductible against storms, which that means whatever the replacement cost value of your home is, typically 1% Indiana, I would say your average deductible is going to be in that $2,000 to $3,000 range. I don't know about you, but that's a chunk of money. And most people don't have it just sitting aside for a rainy day. So with this shingle, you are greatly reducing your risk and liability of having that claim and having to pay that deductible. The other thing is that you're actually at risk to lose your no claim discount. I'm a huge proponent that if you have insurance, use it. But if we can use products and styles of workmanship to install products that will reduce your liability and reduce your risk of an insurance claim, then I believe that's a great investment. You'll see a great ROI. And so with this product, we're much less likely to see a claim in the future on your home. The other thing that a lot of people don't consider when it comes to an insurance claim is time. For most people that I talk to, they say my greatest asset is my time. And the nature of insurance claims in 2020 is that they're very time staking. And we'll see claims that get drug out 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year or longer, depending on who's the carrier, who's the adjuster, and how black and white the damage is. But we see today that a lot of carriers are going to fight tooth and nail to reduce what they're going to pay out, because at the end of the day, they are a for-profit company. So with this, we've reduced your insurance premiums. We've reduced the risk of having the claim, which is very expensive on the deductible side, and secondarily very expensive with your time. And so when we look at the offset of your monthly payment due to the premium being reduced, and this now being about the same true cost at the end of the day, it really makes this Duration Flex a no-brainer. We have a lot of confidence in this technology, and Owens Corning has developed this shingle with this technology. I waited for years for it to come out. I knew years ago that this was coming, and they actually didn't come out in the projected timeline that they had stated. And I was pushing and pushing and pushing, understanding the technology. And they told me, Dan, we're not going to release anything that we don't feel is perfect. They've done the research and development. It's been long awaited, and now it's here. And we are using this as our standard roofing system for all of our customers. So if you have any questions about this, we're extremely happy to send out one of our project advisors. They can show you the technology. They can show you the colors. They can help. You can even see this on your roof. We can take a picture of your home. We create a 3D model in about 30 to 45 minutes, and we can take this shingle, put it on your home, switch out colors, and you get to see the actual roof on your home. They can also show you the true cost, the price difference between a standard roof and this roof, and you guys will get to see if this makes sense for where you're at in life, for your home, and the experiences that you've had in the past. We're also able to show you the monthly payments. Most roofs that we see that we offer financing on, they range anywhere from $100 to $200 a month. We make them extremely affordable, and we do that through our finance partners. So ask Kingdom Roofing Systems about this product if you're interested in getting a new roof. I would highly recommend it, and this is the roof that I've put on my own home. Again, Daniel Young, Kingdom Roofing Systems here in Indiana. Thanks for stopping by and listening.